first verse.
Mark 5,
Uh-huh. No,
verse,
first verse. We're going to read that part.
verse
Okay?
5. And they came over unto the other side of the sea,
Right. That's the
into
one.
the country of
Gadaneras.
Gadareno.
And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, uh,
Oh,
who had his dwellings among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains. Okay, so you read this before, right? Remember? You know the story
yeah.
about the okay?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know
Yeah.
the story, but you do
Okay.
it. You're the leader.
Okay, but I'm gonna show you. Okay, first of all, in the second, it says that the man came out of the tomb and met him. It says a man with an unclean spirit, right? And then it says that no man could bind him, not even with the chains, right? Nobody could hold him. Now, verse 5, and always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones, right? Okay. Verse 6, but when he saw Jesus afar off, okay, not nearby, but afar off. When he saw Jesus afar off, he ran, and what did he do? He worshiped him. You see that? Okay. He saw Jesus afar off, and he ran and worshiped him, right? Now, uh, the demon, he had an unclean spirit, right? The man. He had an unclean spirit that controlled him and make him cut himself. Okay? But when he saw Jesus, he ran and came and worshiped Christ, right? Okay. Uh, so it's a demon possessed person, and the demon controlled him. But yet, when he saw Christ, he came, ran, and then he worshiped him. Okay? So now, who was it, the man or the demon? Why do you think that they ran to meet him?
Because of the Holy Spirit.
No, no. Who ran to meet Christ?
The man with
The
the
man.
unclean spirit.
Okay. But was it the man or the demon?
Both.
Both.
No, no, no. It had to be one.
Also, say what?
The man.
The
Huh?
man.
The man, they have the
Unclean
man,
spirit.
the unclean spirit.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Right,
So it means the unclean spirit, that means that's a demon spirit.
right.
So the man is two.
Uh-huh.
To his body run to Jesus and worship Jesus.
Whe- Okay. When he ran, when he saw Jesus
Uh-huh.
and ran,
Run.
was it the spirit or the man inside that did it? Whose motive was it? Remember, is an evil spirit in me.
Mm-hmm.
He controls me.
Mm-hmm.
I see Christ coming, right? The man would run, and people would run away from him because he was crazy, right? So when he saw Christ afar off, Christ was with his disciples, correct? Remember, he was with his apostles, right?
Yeah.
What happened to the apostles?
He stopped the man, but the man is worshiping Christ.
Yes,
Oh,
no, no,
Christ.
just a second.
No.
But what was the motive? What did he run to do? Why did the apostles run? Because they were afraid. When they saw the man demon possessed, he attacked people. So Christ is coming with the apostles, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
then what happened to the apostles? All of them ran away because
Run away.
yeah, nobody was. But so when the man came over, it was the demon inside that he was always inside, and he came to attack them. But when he came, the demon possessed, came to attack him and saw Christ, the little bit of brain that's still in control inside the man, the real man inside, uh, uh, forced him. He kneeled down. That's where he took over at that moment and kneeled down because he recognized somebody that could help him. The one inside, the man, the real man. He needed help, and he saw that it was a different person that he saw that he could help him, the inside. And it was against the control of the demon that he kneeled. But when he came over, he came to attack because he was controlled by the demon. But when he saw Christ right there, he in the back of your mind, the little saying that he had, that he went and kneeled down. He needed help because even then, at that point, he kneeled down and worshipped. He he needed help. But then, when he opened his mouth, the man couldn't talk. It was the demon, because the demon says with a loud voice, "What have I to do with thee, Jesus, the Son of the Most High?" Right? So it wasn't the man speaking; it was the demon. But the man was worshiping; he needed help, right? But the demon didn't let him talk. It was the demon. What do we have to do with you, Son of God? Because because he knew that it was Christ. Remember, those demons or angels that were in heaven one time, and they knew Jesus, and they recognized, because this is why they say that you are the Son of Most High. You know who you are. Okay, so then uh, he says, "I has thou come to don't torment me." The demon says, "Don't torment me." See, the man inside the brain couldn't talk, but in his heart he needed help. He worshipped God, but he couldn't talk because it was the demon in control. So the demon says, "What do we have to do with you?" And and then he says, uh, "I adjure you that thou torment me not. Don't torment me." Then he says, because Christ said, "Come out of him, come out, oh uh, man." He was talking to the unclean spirit. "Come out of the man, leave him alone." All right. And then he says, "What is your name?" Okay, what is your name? And he said, "My name is a legion because we are many." Okay, okay. So then he says that he says, "Don't send us out into the country." The demon is still talking to Christ. He says, "Don't send us out, don't torment us, and don't send us out into the country." Huh? He says, "But there was in the mountains a great herd of swine feeding," right? And the devils said, "Hey, send us into the swine that we may go in there." Okay? And God and Christ gave them permission, right? Jesus gave them leave. So the unclean spirits went out of the swine and and enter into the swine. So the spirits came out of the man and they went into the swine. The 2,000 pigs. Huh?
Yeah.
And so, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine. So when they entered the swine, the herd ran violently down the steep place into the sea, and there were about 2,000, and they choked and died. Now, here's what happened. The evil spirits or the demons wanted to get rid of Christ. They wanted to kill him, but when he couldn't do that, they could say they respected him. They feared him, but they still keep the man locked in. He couldn't. He wanted Christ to help him, but he couldn't tell him. But Christ knew that there was that man needing help, but he couldn't ask for help because the demons came out. So then, what the demon says, okay, let us go into the swine, and they figure if we go into the swine, we're gonna go and kill them, and if we go and kill the 2,000 swine, people are going to get rid of him because he's doing damage. So that would cause the people to get rid of Christ, and then he would not be able to preach in that area. That's the plan that the demons had to get rid of Christ. See? So,
But the question is, the demon died too?
no, demons don't die. They just fly out. They just came out. No.
Come out.
They just came out.
Only the swine,
Died, yeah,
not
but
the demon.
no, they can die. A demon,
Yeah.
they have to wait till Christ kills them
Okay.
at the end, in the future.
Yeah, you're right.
But they wanted to go in there and kill the swine, and it's still gonna be in the air, finding somebody else where they can go to. But they wanted to cause trouble for Christ because he gave permission, so they will go and destroy the swine, and they, hey, go away, you're killing our swine, and then he will not be able to preach. They will get rid of him. That was Satan's plan, or the demons' plan. Okay, so they were taking care of the swine. They went and told the people, the owners, hey, the swine, they win, and they got killed, and they told them how it happened. Okay, so uh, and they come to Jesus and uh, see him who was possessed with the devil in the legion. So now the man is back to his senses, and I guess somebody gave him extra clothes, the disciples, and then he was all dressed normal without the demon. See, because they had and he was in his right mind. Yeah, he was all clothes and in his right mind. Okay, and and they tell him what happened with the man that was possessed with the devil and concerning the swine. 17. And they began to pray him to depart out of their coast. He said, go away. They told Christ, go away, because they already caused us 2,000 pigs death. Just go away. They wanted to get rid of him. 18. And he was come into the ship, he that had been possessed with the devil prayed that he might go with him. He wanted to go with him because he was afraid to be left alone. He wanted to be protected by Christ. So Jesus said to him, uh, no, he said unto him, go home to thy friends and tell them how great things the Lord had done for thee. Go and tell them. Uh, um, and had compassion, of course, on thee. So he departed. The demon man possessed, in his mind now, he departed and began to publish in Decapolis, in the 10 towns, in the 10 cities. He went in and told them how great things Jesus had done for him. And all did marvel. Everybody was amazed. Okay? Now, it says that's on Mark. Okay? If you read it on the book of Luke, it says, on Luke 8:40, it says, and it came to pass that when Jesus was returned again, the people gladly received him, for they were all waiting for him. So maybe the following year, Christ came by again, and everybody was waiting for him because the demon possessed man had preached all over Decapolis, and they were waiting when he came. So Satan wanted to get rid of Christ so that he would not preach, and Christ left. But he left the demon possessed man to preach. And when he came back, everybody was looking for him. So he still did a better job with a man that was healed than if Christ had been there, because the man spent all this time giving testimony of who he was before and who he is now, and everybody believed him. So these were the first missionaries. These will be the first missionaries you'll find.
The people knew him in the first place.
Yes, and now they see him different completely, and so they had to believe of the one that healed him, right? Okay, now, but it only says here that that it came to pass when Jesus was returned, people gladly received him, for they were waiting for him. Right now, we're going to find out when he came
What happened?
and what happened. Okay, if you go now to Mark, see, you have to take different sections to find one thing. Now we're going to find out what happened when he came back. But see, Luke tells us that he came back, and the people were waiting. Now Mark again tells you on chapter 8, the first verse.
In those days, the multitude being very great and having nothing to eat,
Okay,
Jesus called the
no, no,
12
just a minute, just a minute. Look at chapter 7, 31. Let's go one chapter before, so that we can know where we're at.
7:31.
Yes. And he says, and again, departing from the coast of Tyre and Sidon, he, Christ, came back unto the Sea of Galilee through the midst of what?
Coast of Decapolis.
Decapolis. At the same place that Christ had sent the demon possessed, okay? Now, 8:1. In those days, the multitude being very great and having nothing to eat, Jesus called his disciples unto him and said unto them, I have compassion on the multitude, because they have now been with me 3 days and have nothing to eat. If I send them away fasting to their own houses, they will faint by the way, for divers of them came from far off. And his disciples answered, whence can a man satisfy this man with bread here in the wilderness? There's no place to buy. When Jesus asked them, how many loaves have ye? They said, 7. And he commanded the people to sit down on the ground, and took the 7 loaves and gave thanks, and brake and gave to his disciples to set before them, and they did eat before the people. And they had a few small fishes. He blessed and commanded to set them before them. So they did eat, and were filled, and took up the broken meat. There was left 7 baskets left. And they that had eaten were about 4,000, plus children and women. So this is when he came into the Decapolis. So this is how the result of that demon possessed being healed and testifying about Christ. There was 4,000
Yes.
men. So you can see that how it worked, right?
Miracles.
God left 1 or 2 men to testify for him, because people rejected him, but he left the messengers with a miracle. So when he came back again to this area, they were all waiting for him. When they found out that they came from far off, they came, and they were there 3 days in the wilderness.
So the disciple, they get a problem there. The people sit down the mountain,
Uh-huh.
beside the mountain,
Give him
and
food.
then they ask Jesus, ask for the food.
Yeah.
But there is a little kid. He have 5 pieces or 2
Yeah.
fish.
He multiplied it.
By praying. That's a miracle.
It's a miracle. But the miracle is the way God used that demon possessed, where they would not let him go in there. He left, but he left a better witness. The first missionaries that you're going to read in the New Testament, they went and preached all over the place. Now, let me ask you something. If instead of the swine, they having goats, and the demon possessed, they said, hey, let us go into those goats, 2,000 goats. Would Christ let him go into the goats?
Probably.
No, he wouldn't.
I think that there's a reason behind why he would like the spirit to go into
Okay.
the
They
swine.
would, so if he were ghost, he would not let him go in there, because he caused $200,000 damage on the swine, and it caused $200,000 loss of investment for somebody, right? So if it was goats and he causes a damage of $200,000, he had no right to do that. So what right did he have to destroy the 2,000 swine? What gave him that right to permit the swine to go and destroy themselves? Because he knew that's what they were going to do.
So the man that owned the swine, he lost their business.
Yes.
Yeah, because
So why would uh, Christ do that? Cause $200,000 damage to those people.
yeah,
What right did he have? Because remember, he was Christ the man, not God. He did it as a man. He didn't need it as God. Do you understand that part? When Elijah when they came and told Elijah, "Hey, man of God, the king wants you." He was with 50 men, this soldier. And Elijah says, "If I'm a man of God, let fire come from heaven and destroy you." And what happened? Fire came down and destroyed the 50 men. Another one came, "Hey, man of God, if I'm a man of God, let come from fire and destroy you." Who destroyed the men?
God.
God. Who ordered the destruction?
God.
No. It was
No, the
Elijah.
demon.
No, Elijah said, "Let fire come from heaven and destroy you," right? Who sent the fire? God. But who said it? Elijah. Okay. Elijah wasn't God. So Christ, when he let the swine go into the man, go into the swine, it was the humanity of Christ that did it. You can go. So he caused the destruction of the swine. What right? If he had been goats, he would not have done it. But why did he do it on the swine? Because they were unclean. They were unclean. And the reason that he did it is because the owners of the swine were Jewish people. And they had a covenant with God that they were not supposed to raise or touch swine at all. Right?
you get the point. Because the swine is the dirty,
Yeah, they're dirty
unclean
and
food.
unclean.
That's why the Jews God is used to
That's
use
right.
the
This,
Jewish.
so when Christ did that, he had the right to do it because you're breaking the covenant. You're not obeying me. If they had been Gentiles, then he couldn't do it because he has no covenant with them. So this is why he said he had all the right to destroy the swine because the Jewish people were not supposed to have a business with the swine. See? So anyway, this is why I thought I'd give you the information.
Let's do the study.
It's good study, huh?